petrochemical business, I think it is going to be of great use to see the future of the Indian market. And now we move on to the main subject for which all of you are there. And these numbers, I would say, are very, very dynamic. Every time I look at the slide, I have to put so many parameters, so many considerations to come up at a number. And as of now, it indicates that by 24-25, in spite of the fact that this COVID has slowed down the progress, there are so many other issues in terms of industries, how they are operating. Even then, the Indian market indicates a shortfall of something about 2.8 million tons in 2024 and 25. And if further, I have not purposely put 2039-40, but 39-40, the kind of growth which is to take place in India, as per the estimates now, indicates a number of 10 million metric tons as the demand. And domestic availability, as I see, is going to be almost static in the range of 5, 5.1, 5.2. So there is a huge challenge for all of us to meet up this gap. At the same time, there is a big opportunity for everyone to participate in this market. And when I say the numbers, that's why these numbers are one number, but actually whosoever is in the business of bitumen must break this number into 4 quarters and then decide the strategy. So these are the numbers. You can see July and September has to have a different kind of a strategy, both in terms of operational matters as well as the commercial and pricing matters. So my submission is that please see on big, very, very micro level, these quarter-wise requirements of available supply and demand, and then plan these strategies. Now we just try and see how is the Indian situation of roads looking up. And as we normally mention in every forum that road length of India is next to US. In fact, now the number is corrected. It is 6.1, 6.2 we have already reached, reaching. So you can understand the road length is one parameter, but in terms of the study that has been done for the efficacy of infrastructure, we are number 2 in terms of length, but number 11 in terms of overall quality. And in terms of paved road length, still we are at a number of 62. So there is a lot of improvement, lot of business potential for construction of roads expected to come up. And this is also one point, and not only business, but for the government, this is going to be very, very important. So please keep in mind that paved roads have to go a long way, and big business is expected to come, and that's why you are seeing that demand. And now I draw your kind attention to see that what is the breakup of the roads. So when we go to the breakup of the roads, rural roads constitute about 3.9 or million kilometers roads out of around 6 million kilometer of roads, which is almost 70% of the total. So my view and suggestion is that for the forward business and to capture the growth, one has to focus and one has to strategize on the construction of rural roads. This is going to be the area from where the business is going to come. And that's why Indian government has had made up a big plan, which is now shifted to 24-25, and the investment expected is 15,000 million US dollars. This is the kind of market or this is the kind of business which we are going to have in the rural road sector. And the key issues in the road development plan of India 2025 also indicates, besides the road length of 87,000 kilometers, NHDP 32,000, also focuses the accelerated road development from plan for Northeast states. So my view is that Northeast states out of the country is going to be one area where you are going to get more volume. And yes, please.
Yeah, this is Rohit from HR
Oh, no, no,
department,
please
sir.
call me later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there was some call. Uh, One more important thing is use of value-added products is also very clearly listed in this plan. So when we say value-added products, mainly it is going to focus on PMB and emulsions. For some reason, CRMB is on the decline, but in some portion, CRMB is also going to be there. Then we also must understand that what is the kind of breakup of the uses. So I'm trying to focus certain issues where you can get some kind of hints or some kind of projections. In the world, the consumption of value-added products is 20% of the total demand, whereas we have in India, we have reached something about 5% only. So that's how this is going to be a major area of growth potential, wherein expertise, quality control, and the production of right kind of emulsions, PMB and CRMB is going to be the key for business. And one more important development which is taking place and is expected to be in focus is also the green payment technology, wherein beside the normal business, I would request all people in the business to focus on hot mix recycling, hot mix in place recycling, cold mix recycling, cold mix in place recycling, porous or permeable pavement. These are the technologies and the words you are going to get more and more familiar as we move on. And all of us know when you do cold mix technology, emissions get reduced. And recycling also, the emissions get reduced with emulsions. So my view is that emulsions, if we are focusing on quality, then this is going to be big growth in the market. And as you can see these numbers, the percentage of growth is expected to be, if there are some kind of assistance from the government, as high as 7.7, 7.8%. So my people who are in the business of emulsions, I promise you that if the quality is maintained, there is going to be huge growth in this product. And same way, when you talk about business of emulsion, the business for good emulsifiers of business is also going to see a tremendous amount of growth as per these numbers you can see. So people who are in the business of emulsifiers also will have a good market in India. And in terms of people who are in production, you can you must be aware and you can focus that the production cost in case of emulsions is the almost the much lower than the PMB. So PMB cost will be higher, emulsions will be at a lower cost. But in terms of margins, 9 to 10% in emulsions and 14 to 15% in PMB, and of course CRMB as well. Porous payment, just to give you a feeling that, you know, in porous payment, the water will not stagnate on the road. And this is how it is going to look. In one non-porous payment, water is stagnating, but porous payment, the water will seep down into the ground. So your life of the road will be much better. Our country also faces a lot of problems with the heat, and generally the black body is absorbing the heat, so generally it is called as albedo. And high albedo is, the reflection of the heat is almost 80% in case of white surface, and if it is black surface it is only 10%, so it is low albedo. So if we reduce the color from black to white, this will reduce the temperatures. And these experiments, as you can see, they were done in California, wherein the temperature, environmental temperatures around have gone down by 10%. These are white chemicals, which is road is being painted. It is costly, but this is one of the technologies to reduce the temperatures or heating in the environment. You can see this is how the cool pavements work is going on. And dark pavement, since it is absorbing, the requirement of the electricity or lights or fixtures is also getting reduced. And I had shown you the porous pavements pictures. And then very popular subject now in India is on the way and moving is the use of plastic waste in the road construction. You will hear in presentations also, but this is one subject which is going to be an environment friendly step, and people who are in the road construction industry can look for big growth in this with this kind of applications also. One area where we have not seen much is the soil stabilization with emulsions. And soil stabilization with emulsions is also very cost effective. And this is one area where we are going to see a additional business potential or additional technology potential to come up with the solutions for the dust pollution, etc. So this is one area where the people in bitumen business can look for. And in the end, to conclude, I would say that not only for India, but the people who are listening from outside, there is going to be encouraging growth potential for bitumen in India.